myself and I. I don't know why it is so dark, but oh my goodness. Where are we? Asinoyenza kaloku into basingagqithi kutata ondizalayo samkele umntana omtsha ulonwabo ekudala ndamfuna. I mean around about this year ndandicela intsikelelo ndisenza umcimbi, ngoku ke ndifumene loo nto ndilibale urhadebe umthimkhulu ubhungane asoze kaloku. I don't have a stand yet. Tab show, we are filled with love. It's the spring season. We're filled with so much warmth. I know today we just changed the scene a bit. I needed some refreshing spaces, all your nature. But in actual fact, I decided to take my nephew and niece out to the park. Yeah, we have those luxuries now, hey? We have those luxuries whereby you just hop into the car and you take the kids and let them enjoy, and also reap the benefits of having me as an art of. Those people are actually very privileged, hey? They are quite privileged because they get to experience everything like first hand, first class, that type of vibe. So yeah, exciting news. I bought a car. It's been such a tedious journey. I don't want to lie. It's been so exhausting because I think that I had started with the process about late July. And what the odd thing is the fact that as much as I knew I was going to buy the car cash, but still, it was a process. It was such a process. And it really wouldn't make sense, for someone, because you obviously have the mindset that when you're going to buy the car cash, you just go to the store, you purchase like you're purchasing bread, and you leave the store, right? Typical, right? Yeah, that makes sense. I thought so too, but it's actually the latter, hey? It was the latter, well, in my case. I was looking for a specific color, but I couldn't find it. When I went to the dealership, they said that for my budget, they have white. And I was like, no, I don't want white. White is way too bland for me. It's just too, I don't want to say dull because obviously, let's for sensitivity reasons. But I don't like white, for a car. It's just not in me. So afterwards, I was like, okay, let's go on and have an orange, a turquoise, or if not a turquoise, a white. There's a color that they suggested. I think it's also the blue color. Yeah, they also suggested the blue color. And then I was like, okay, remember, this is Atabile we're speaking to, and I had told them that I do not want white. It's just way too bland for me. For sensitivity reasons, I won't say any other, negative colors with white, but I feel like white for a car, for me, for my personality, does not define me. No, definitely not. Absolutely not. So we were not gonna go for white. And then they went on and I was like, okay, they're gonna find me the orange. They went to another dealer because remember, this is how dealerships work. If they have a customer that is willing to pay in cash, they'll do whatever it takes to retain that customer, right? And then after that, what happened? Oh, after that, in the other dealership, apparently the customer or the client decided to go on with the orange color, so meaning that they had lost that orange. By the way, guys, I forgot to mention this. I love this dress. It's so flowy. It's just free and so refreshing. I mean, the air goes in all the right places. I got it from Woolies for a mere $2.99. It's just so comfortable. There are really nice dresses there. You should go make a turn there. You should go make a turn there. I really, really, really recommend. So yes, we're talking about the car, right? And so I was looking for the orange color. They couldn't find me the orange color. The dealership, they basically couldn't find it because the other dealer, they sold theirs, and then they managed to find me a silver one. And silver was like, okay, yeah, it's silver. It's not really me because silver is more or less like white, but anyway, we will work with what we have. I was like, okay, fine. And then I started signing the PTO, but with God's grace, guys, I don't know how, God always works into the interests of our hearts. So basically, I was like, I don't like silver, but okay, I'll just suck up to it. Although I don't like it, I'll just suck up to silver. But God was like, no, my child, no, not you for this color. And then I don't exactly know, right, what happened with the story with regards to the silver cup, but apparently the dealer could no longer find the silver car, right? And then we started in July. So can you imagine how frustrated I am at this point? We started end of July, throughout August, all these trials, all these tribulations with regards to the car, because already in September, I had thought and I had anticipated by that time that I'll be, fully 100% confident in my driving. And things didn't happen the way I thought they would. I mean, even when I went out to Evie's luncheon, I thought that I'd be driving with my own car, but things didn't happen like that. And yeah, but we are here. We finally got the car. Okay, let's get to what you guys obviously want to really know. How I was able to buy the car in cash. Guys, I understand circumstances are never the same. I understand where I live is closer to where I work. So there's staff bus. Guys, I'm in a park, so you can imagine the noise levels here. And I really, really, really needed the refreshing scenery here. So please bear with me. Maybe the noise levels are a bit nauseous, but we have to deal with. I'll show you. I'll literally show you. So yeah, I had saved up. This is from 2020, beginning of COVID, and one of the great. Guys, I can't describe how lucky I was with regards to COVID. So when I was an intern in this company in 2020, right, it was I did the medical on the 15th of March, right? I was still an intern, and then I started the week of, I think, the 24th, if I'm not mistaken. It was the 24th of March 2020, if my memory serves me well. Cool. And then on Thursday, it was when the national what do you call it, the national disaster pandemic wara COVID terms happened. And immediately then we had to leave everything at work and just go home, because we had to go home. Guys, in that 4 months stay, right? Remember, I'm just an intern. I had just started in this company. In that 4 months stay, we were given our full stipend. So imagine that time you are given the stipend, you have nowhere to go. So what are you obviously going to do with the money? You're going to save it, right? I know the stipend wasn't much, but it contributed to where we are today. So key rule here, don't underestimate the value of your savings. It might be 200, it might be 300, but do save. I encourage saving, guys. I truly do encourage saving. Someone is raving, VWCTI Golf here, annoyingly. And yeah, I did mention I'm at the park, so the noise levels, and there's also cars passing in between. Bear with me, guys, bear with me. I just couldn't vlog at home. It was just not in me. I really needed this. I needed this space, this, yeah. Yeah, guys, don't underestimate the value of your savings. Cool. So this is 4 months of saving whilst I'm at home, and then it happens that we start working into rotations, right? Throughout winter, I was home. I never experienced winter in terms of working, I managed to lose weight like so beautifully. My body had the nice waist, yes, there's a product I was using which I won't mention because they don't pay me promotion. They don't pay me. And yeah, it was that. And then I'm living at home. Remember that. I'm also living at home. I live with my family, my mom, my sister, my nephew, my nephews and niece. Because my nephew and niece and my one sister, but she's cooking something. She's cooking something. So now I use the public or the staff bus, which are horrible in the afternoons, because you literally have to wait for almost like an hour just to get into the bus, because there's so much workforce, with underground workforce to be specific, so much that by the time I clock out, most of that workforce is also clocking out their time, so there becomes like that imbalance. Because remember, I work 9 hours Monday to Thursday, and then on what's this day? Oh my goodness, Friday. How can I forget Friday? Friday, I then work 8 hours. I don't know how it works. I signed the contract. I still don't understand, but that's how it's structured. Cool. It's horrible. Bottom line is that those public or staff buses are just purely horrible, right? Back again to savings. I'm living at home. I'm not paying on fuel. I'm not paying rent. I contribute to the household expenses at home. So it doesn't mean that I'll obviously pay more than 3,000 rand, because my sister, my mother, my sisters, and myself and my mother, sometimes, we make monthly household contributions. We assist each other. In my home, there are monthly household contributions. It's not to say that this part of the household expenses is designated to the specific individual. No, it's not the case. We all pay this fixed amount of money, and then be whatever that is happening in your life. You're buying a car, you're still going to pay your fixed amount. I mean, it's like a contract that is signed amongst all the persons that have kids or themselves living in that house. That's how it is. Those are the rules. You understand? So I saved a lot on that. So think about this. I started saving from 2020, and then in 2021 I became permanent. So that took things in terms of saving a little bit far on a greater notch. And then as much as I paid the car cash, but I'd say 1/3 or a portion of that amount came from my sister. I won't mention the amount, but a real large portion of it came from her. So, guys, my sister, she is so wise. She's so damn wise. I don't want to lie. With money and she is so money wise, and it's like I can't imagine what influence she would have had in the household had she probably studied like your BCom or something in the accountancy or money or financial field. I really can't describe how she would just educate us, teach us, and be smart about everything, and how money and the system actually works. With regards to insurance, she just gets it. I don't know how, but she just gets it. Guys, lights bulb off. I'm telling you, the fluorescent bulb just goes off with me. It just goes off. I don't want to lie. But anyway, we have such to assist us. We have such individuals. So thank you, God. So we had agreed that I'm gonna pay her X amount of monthly installments, because obviously I can't just pay like, maybe let's say it's 150,000 rand, just paid off like that. Rather than me being ripped off by these interest rates and so forth, she said that since she has also been saving, and the project that she has been working on is momentarily on a halt, she was like, okay, take this lump sum money and rather pay me in monthly installments, so that when I approach the stage that I want to proceed with my project, then my money is still there. You understand? So it basically helps me in the case. Guys, I can't describe how much that assisted me. And yeah, I took that option, though I'm really gonna, it's actually the very same thing, because for X amount of for X amount of years, I'd be paying the very same installment that I am just paying to her, just without the interest. And it's actually just gonna be a shorter term, which makes things fabulous. Fabulous. Enye into enfuna uthetha ngayo, guys, if was umlando wam, you would really wish nothing but the best for my family. Guys, Tina, sikhule kanzima, guys. I remember there were days whereby uforcedwe ulala utye ipapa nekhaphetshu, you guys, because you're so tired of eating pap, but because there is no other choice, you have to eat pap. You have to eat up, guys. And I'm just like, and now how God works, and how God, structures his things and his promises, guys. I just want to emphasize on that. My sister, we're actually having this conversation this afternoon with my sister. Is like, yo, sibuya after school pof bona, because I was quite young at that time. Babuya after school from high school, bahambe kubele bayothwala amalahle sokuzobaswa istove. We had a Nova stove that time, yeah. And then the richer families of the street, there's even this one granny, guys, azocela ubeka iboiler, whilst my sisters went in the scorching heat bayogoba pha emalahleni, guys, bafake masakeni amalahle kuzokwazi uba just to have boiling hot water for that. We bath at night and in the morning. And then the person bona who has all, the privilege of all the basic needs, they just come to ask to put their boiler and have hot water. Using the resources that we had worked hard for. Umamam, why no beg imbiza pa ye papa? Imbiza yepapa ebengazi noba umilimili uzowuthatha phi, andithathe ke ngomshebo, ngoba ngomshebo essential ngepapa namafutha bekushetywa mosingayo. I mean, kuzothwani. Dad has lost his job from Grootfontein mine. We came back to Slovo Park, and now we had to restructure. Grootfontein was nice. I mean, we stayed in company houses and all of that. We reaped the benefits of being in that mining environment. It was nice. Well, for me as a child. Apparently for my sisters it wasn't as nice, but for me, I mean, looking at the pictures, I don't know, maybe it's because I was like last born privileged or what, I don't know, but for me and the way I see things, it was actually very nice. Stayed in a beautiful company house, and now we come to Slovo Park, and we suddenly need to live in this one room household, and we use portable basin. I'm like, ungumtana, isn't I was understand, but you can see about, okay, there are dynamics that have changed drastically in this home. Kunzima, guys, kunzima. Sichongeleke phansi estradweni. We're one of the poorest in the streets, one of the poorest families in the streets. Poorest. Umamam, kumbula, there was a time whereby ehamba kusene two brothers. It's by the R555 road when you head towards Etwatwa and towards Delmas. My mom would go in that fruit and veg market, right? And to check if there aren't any fresh produce that has been thrown away, but which we can still use to eat. I remember this friend of mine, Ballerina Mahlang, I'll mention her by name. She even said when I bought my car, she's like, Chomiam, I remember in high school, you were hitchhiking for how many years? I hitchhiked from 2009 until 2012. Imvula zindinetha, guys, because I was traveling from Gauteng province to Mpumalanga province, because that was where my high school was. I obviously didn't have the privilege of going to be to live in the hostel, to be in the boarding school. I didn't have that privilege, although my school was that. Guys, ndikhumbula futhi ndidlala i-netball. This was in grade 9. So remember, we're young. We all think we have this immense potential to play netball, even friends that are really not into it like that. And then we were passing a school bus, going to play with this Springs. It was, what was the school again? Some school in Springs. I think it's Springs Girls High, if I remember correctly. Went to play with Springs Girls High. And one of my friends, we were at the bridge, right? We're coming from an area called VOLKSWAGEN, and we're at the bridge. And obviously, when we're at that bridge, you can exactly see Slovo Park, where I live, right? And this person asked me, so Atabile, where do you live? And I pointed. Guys, did they not laugh? Some of them, or even those that I called my friends, they also laughed. I remember this one person's name that I also feel like, just for that day, you mean so much to me, and I've never mentioned this to her. And this actually makes me so emotional, because she doesn't know this, but the way she took the situation, it makes me so emotional, guys. They were laughing. My other friends, they couldn't shush the others. They're like, Ushalapa, are there even people living in this place? How do you live here? Bayahleka. Sisemve pasini kumandi kuyahlekwa ndinhlekisa. Ndinhlekisa, guys. Yo. Yo. You have no absolute idea. And this and this one, we weren't even that close in the group. She just sat there and looked at them in despair, in so much despair. And like, every time I think of that situation, every time I just think of her and I think of that situation, she doesn't know this. I've never shared this with her. I've never, but that moment meant a lot, and her facial expression and her disappointment amongst even our friends. I could tell that she was grieving, not even feeling, she was grieving for me at that point. She was really grieving for me. The only thing that I had to work hard for, or the only thing that spoke into my advantage in high school, was just being an academic and play netball, irrespective of all social intricacies that are happening at home. Netball was my place of, was my haven, was actually my haven space. Netball was my haven space. School was a safe space, because you don't have to worry about your next meal. You don't have to worry about and you see that your mother is really, really, really struggling. This woman is really, really struggling, and you wish you would have the power to assist, but you just can't. You just couldn't, because you're a child yourself. I remember I would always have these little letters that I would write down, that when I grow up, I want this. When I grow up, I want this for myself. And I remember there was even a point whereby I said that I don't ever want children in my life, because I would always feel like I'm a burden. I'm a burden to my mother. I'm appended to my mother. Remember, yes, my mom was married, but my father at that point, he was MIA. I really hope some men or some fathers would one day be watching this vlog and see what we go through as children in their absence. You understand? My father was once upon a time MIA for years, and my mom, she had to stand up. She was a housewife all her life. She really wasn't that knowledgeable in terms of making financial habits or making income for the household, because she was taken care of. I even sometimes blamed her that why didn't she take the decision upon herself, to empower herself and not fully and wholeheartedly rely on her husband. At times I hated that about her, that how could she allow herself to be in. I saw marriage at that time of her life as slavery. I mean, this person impregnates you with these girls, and then when things don't go the way they would love them to work out, and then they just disappear and be in the wilderness and let you see it. It wasn't nice, guys. It's never nice. It's not nice. It's really not nice. So my point is here, you have to awunondifisela okubi mna, awukwazi undifisela okubi, you cannot. And because I know exactly where I come from, and maybe you now see people see the glamorized, the more Instagram, the more sociable, the more appealing, the more socially acceptable. And I just don't understand people that would be so materialistic, but we don't come from the same backgrounds. It also takes me back to that. Maybe my humble beginnings shaped me to be the person that I am today. And the relationship I have with the girls that I obviously vlogged with, I don't wanna lie, never in my entire life have they made me feel less than. And someone wouldn't really understand why exactly I always hold on to them, because not a single one of them actually made me feel less of a human being. And they are such amazing people. They are such amazing people, and I wish nothing but the greatest for them. And to my sisters, I wish nothing but the best for them. And it's so painful. When we talk about these things, it's just in disbelief. But yeah, the kids are here now, so I'm gonna stop vlogging this. Like I said, I had come to take them. Why are you crying? Sakita, I'm just sharing something very emotional. Yeah. Okay, Mbo, are you guys done?
No, not me.
I think I'm gonna stop this vlog for the purposes of me being so.
Why are you crying?
Emotional, and the kids are obviously asking me why am I crying. I'm not gonna just close that to them.
Well, I'm still playing.
Well, guys, it is their type show, but I think we're gonna continue from the car, and I hope you guys have a lovely day and really do chase your dreams. This is only the beginning. This is only the beginning. We want so much more for ourselves. It's not just only Silver Park, but we want so much more for ourselves. And I really hope you really run and you chase your goals, your dreams, and you make them possible, and you do whatever it takes to get where you want to, because they will bite you. Okay, bye. I love you guys. I love you. Hey, Mbor. There's the park that I took the kids.
Superman.
Oh, this boy child. That's a girl. She's just like me. But anyway, this is the park, guys. I hope you enjoyed. It's the Atab show. We'll catch you all later. We'll have more chats when we leave. Mpo, don't you want to play some more?
No.
Okay, it's fine. Look at the clear blue skies, guys. So beautiful.